I didn't like the way the first few videos turned out. I'm sure they were fine, but it just doesn't really feel like me. So I'm starting over. Yes, I was a hairdresser for 25 years, and now I've decided to change my life, change my career, change everything. There was some time back in the early parts of the year where my health failed and a few other things were happening, and it made me just re-examine how I was living and why I was living and all these other weird things. Since I was a kid, I've always wanted to work on the water. Funny enough, half my tattoos are all nautical related, but I just never did anything about it. I had responsibilities that I had to live up to, and that's just what I did. It was never a good time. Now, I actually have time. But like I said at the beginning, my health wasn't where it was supposed to be. So I've been spending about the last 6 months just really trying to get my health back in order. Losing a bunch of weight, get my blood pressure under control, doing all these things. It's a camera. No, I'm recording, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. You walk wherever you want. I don't own this place. No, it's just ideas. I'm just trying to get them all on video, that's all. For some reason, nobody have a camera on. Everybody feels like it's the best time to come talk to you. She was a very sweet old lady. So basically what I was saying is that I'm getting back to health. I think that's the most important thing. If you're at 50 years old trying to restart your life, how can you do it in the same crap position you were in before? Maybe you're already in good health and you're changing. That's great. But for me, I needed to get back to what I would consider a cruising weight, healthy. I have been well over 250 pounds for at least 6 or 7 years. I got pictures, I'll show you. And most of it was due to stress. I let life take control instead of me controlling my life. And what can you do with that, you know?
So back in January, 3 major things happened. 1, my kids were officially out of the house. 2, my divorce was final. 3, the sale of my house was final. And after all those things happened, I was feeling a little down, but I walked into work and I was told I had 30 minutes to clean up all my tools because where I was working was closing down. So all those things happened. I decided to take a vacation to Jamaica to just clear my mind and do all these other things. But while I was on vacation, I didn't feel well. I thought, I'm a little cold, I'll be fine when I get home. And I go to the doctor because I thought I might have caught walking pneumonia or something like that. And it turns out it wasn't that. And I spent about a week in the hospital. They got everything back together. It was blood pressure, in case anybody was wondering. They got everything back together, and then I was sent out back on my own. With that, I was trapped on the couch for a little bit, just trying to get myself feel better. And I was reintroduced to my YouTube sailing channels that I used to watch because I had a lot of time to spend on the couch. And that's when I decided, with nothing holding me back, maybe it's time for a change. I have my first certification class for sailing this weekend, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. I've read the book twice. I'm trying to get familiar with everything, but I think really being out there is what's going to help me with a lot of the terminology and practicing the knots and doing all that kind of stuff. You got to remember that when I first started doing hair, I also knew nothing. I assisted, I worked in the trenches, I shampooed people's hair. I didn't actually do the work for about a good 6 months to a year before I actually started professionally doing hair. So I imagine sailing, in which people's lives are at risk, that it's going to be a lot longer before I'm in control. I don't mind starting at the bottom. That's where I thrive, because until I learn everything, I'm useless. So I'm really looking forward to this. It's like the first step. It's sort of like what I'll call cosmetology school, in which I'm just getting familiarized with everything I'll be using, from the lines and the sails and the boat itself. It's going to be a process. I don't expect to be great after my first sail. I don't even expect to be great after my 50th sail. But it's a start, and I gotta start somewhere. And while I'm here in Michigan, I'm on a beautiful lake. It's pretty big, Lake St. Clair. It's more like a giant bathtub, but getting used to rough water will also make it more I don't know, I'll learn more. Obviously, it's not the giant swells of the ocean or the Gulf, but it's a start. I don't know what else to tell you guys right now. I'm really just trying to get it going. I'll try to get some video of it if they let me. This is not, my main course is not to have a YouTube channel. My main course is to just show everybody what goes into learning a new craft, how to make the changes. Not everybody else's change is going to be sailing. That's my change. A lot of other people are going to do a lot of different things, but it's taking that process of learning the new thing. I believe in jumping in with both feet. I really do. But I can't really uproot my life until I've been on the water a few times and I know that it's really what I want to do. It's romanticized for me right now. I've been watching these awesome channels for sailing for, I don't know, 15 years. I started with this channel, SV Delos. They're great. I followed them and it sparked my interest in being on the water beyond anything else. And over the years, I found a few others. Parlay Revival. Songbird is great because he's by himself. That scares me. I don't think I'd do that. But kudos to him for doing it. It's great. But before I uproot and move my life all the way down to Florida from Michigan, and try to get into the industry somehow, whether I can get hired onto somebody's boat as crew for whenever they go sailing, if I can get a job at the marina, maybe working on the boat so I get to know the internal workings a little bit better. I don't know yet. But in my heart of hearts, I believe I'm meant to be out there. And so that's why I'm not buying a boat. Everybody's, why don't you just get a boat and start? Because I don't know a darn thing about it. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to get me or anybody else stranded in the middle of nowhere because I don't know what I'm doing. So I have to get knowledge first before I start spending money on things. Of course, I want to live on a boat. I want to do all the things boat related. But I also know that you don't know. You know what I mean? So come on this journey with me. If you are interested in restarting your own life, or you think you might, then come along with me. See the changes that I made. Instead of people just talking about changing your life, let's do it together. If you're doing this, message me. Let me know. I'd love to have other comrades in my going through what I'm going through right now. Give me other people to talk to about such things. Maybe bounce other ideas off of. But we won't know until we get there. So come along.